Hello, welcome to the next lecture. So in this lecture we will learn about users table and the operations we can perform by using the users table. So we know that we have created the users table which has fields like name, email, image, password, forgot password, time zones, and created and updated it. So if we look at our app, so what the first action users do, so we all know that whenever first time we come to an app, we do a sign up on the app. So to do the sign up, we need to put our name, email, and password. So this way we will be signed up on the app. So how users will sign up, and for the sign up obviously they need to put in the details for signing up. So if we try and write a query for the sign up, basically these queries are wrote on the backend and using the APIs. So how do we write it? We can say insert, because we are inserting the data. Where inserting? We are inserting into the users table. And which fields we are inserting in the users table? We can say as name, email, and we are inserting the password, these three fields. And the values for this, we have not written the ID over here because ID is auto incremented and we don't need to put the null every time over there in the ID. So for example, if we put the name as John, email as john@cwtosif.com, and then we all know that for the encryption of the password we put a password, for example 128, and then we try this way. So what we are trying to achieve, we are signing up a user by putting the information which we have. Let's try it out and see. So here is an error which is saying insert into users, and you have an error in your SQL syntax for the right syntax near the users, which seems that we have put the inverted commas over here, single quotes. Let's try out without this and then see what happens. Field forgot password does not have a default value. So here we have a further error which is saying that because forgot password field is not allowing us to put the values empty. So what we can do, we can go to the structure, we can change the structure of forgot password field, and we can put null as defined for the forgot password field. So then now we have said okay, in the forgot password field we can have null values, and then we came back and then try again. So yes, so our inserted row ID is 2. So and if we go back to users tables, we can see over here that a new records is added, and in the forgot password code we have null value right now, because we need to define that which kind of value we are putting if there is no value inserted. So this is how our user is signed up now. Now we need to log in this user. To log in this user, we need to write a query that we will see. Okay, select static from users, where which two fields we are putting over here, email and password, and what are the values for that. So if we are asking to logging Tosif, so then we will put over here hello cwtosif.com, and the password is for that 128, and then we try to run this query and see. It's saying that you have an SQL syntax in query. Okay, the problem over here is we put this as values. Okay, but you may have saw that values are used to insert the data, I mean the sign up, not to select the data. Okay, so we need to change this query. We need to write this way, where our email equals this, and our password should be equal to this. Okay, so now we are saying, okay, select from static from users where our email is equal to this and password is equal to this, and then we run, and then we say it's showing us yes, that we have one record over here, which means our login is successful. If we put, for example, invalid password, and then we see that there is no record over here, which means the password is incorrect or the email not found. So the successfully login shows the records over there. So this is how the login works, that you send the email and password to the database, and if you receive a response, then which means you have a record, and which means that the user is already exist, and then you can sign in that specific user. Similarly, when we move forward and we see about the forgot password. So forgot password is similar. For example, we show a pop-up on the forgot password, and we just put the email and we send a forgot password code, and then we verify that password code and bring the users to reset password screen. So how we can do that is, for the forgot password, we know that we have a forgot passwords column over here. If I go back to the structure, and here we can see that forgot password code over here. So what we will do is we will insert into users table, and for which user we are sending the forgot password, for example John. So we can see insert into users, and which thing we are inserting actually, and we will say that because we are updating the password, so we will not use the insert over here. Okay, if we use insert, the reason I write these things because you understand it. So what we need to do, not insert over here, because the column is already there. So if we need to put a new record, then we put the insert. If we are updating the previous records, then we need to run the query, and we say that as update. So what we will do, update. So which table we are going to update? Users. And what we are going to set, we are going to set forgot password code. So this is important. You need to understand that forgot password code is used to verify the email, and also it is used to verify the forgot password screen. So what we can do, okay, if I set the forgot password code for a specific user, if we don't put a specific user here, then what it will do, it will update the forgot password of all the users. So let me explain why. If I set go, and what it did is it updated two rows, which means both forgot password for both, which is wrong, because we are not going to do the forgot password for both users, right? And we are going to do a forgot password for a specific user. So what we will do, where users dot email equals john@cwtosif.com, because now we are just want to update the John user forgot password. So it says one row affected. If I go back and see, yes, so here is the forgot password code, which we can use as the verification code as password as well. So after this, then we need to verify it, right? So same we did for the login. What we did, so on this screen we put the code, and then we verified with the database, and if that matches, then we can say okay, that your new password screen is here, and you can put a new password, and then we can show okay, congratulations, your password is changed accordingly. So how do we will verify it? So first we will write a query, and we will say okay, select asterisk from, because you will receive this code on your email. Okay, when we will do the backend in different languages like Node.js, PHP and Python, then we will see how the emails are sent. But because we are studying the database right now, so we will just see over here. So we will see, okay, select asterisk from users where email equals john@cwtosif@gmail.com, and we need to mention that the forgot password code is 123456, and then we run this query and see how it responds. So we can see, okay, what it's saying that no, text from users cwtosif. Okay, so here is a mistake that we put the wrong email, so we need to correct it. So what we will do, it's not Gmail, it's like this, and yes, now we can see, okay, which means yes, there is a user with this email and there is a forgot password code, correct. So now what you will do, you will bring the user to this new password and confirm password screen, right? So then he will put a new password, and then he will update it. So how we will update it password then? So then we will write a query for that. So let's write that. So what we will say, okay, which table we are going to update? Users. Update users, set passwords equal MD5, and we say, okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 9. Previous it was till 8, so we say it where users dot email equals john@cwtosif.com. so let's try it out. Set password, what is the issue over here? Set password, okay, update users, set password equals, what it's saying, unrecognized keyword set password. So what is the issue here? So can you guys guess about it? We did recently about the code as well, so let's see how it works. Let's run it, what it says. Okay, update user set password is equal to, yeah, I think it works. Yes, one row is affected, so the password is updated now. So if we try to check that if that really works or not, okay, so select right from users, we say, okay, where users dot email equals john@cwtosif.com and password equals MD5 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, because our new updated password is this one. So if I press go, yes, we receive the data, which means our password is successfully updated. So this is how you update the password, and then you check if really the password is updated or not. So in this lecture we have learned about the login, the sign up, the forgot password verification, then updating the new password. Then we also have the change password thing, which will be actually done on the coding side. Like you will put the previous password, and if that matches, then you put the new password. Okay, so this is how you implement that login, sign up, forgot password and reset passwords images. In the next lecture we will learn about a few more things in the database, and we will see how we can update the profile of a user, and we will see how the devices are registered and what are the devices, and how the app work with the notifications for the devices table. Thank you for watching.